Hi everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading. The topic for this pick a card was chosen by you, so every week in my community section I post a little poll there so you guys can choose the pick a card topic you want me to record for the Wednesday. And this week you chose future predictions for 2021. So I am using a few different decks. I am using my Illuminous Void Tarot. And I'm using a couple of Oracle decks as well as my Fortune deck, which you can get in my Etsy store if you guys want to get that yourself. So there's going to be 3 different groups in this reading. I'm going to show you the groups now. Group 1 here on the left, you have this beautiful rose quartz crystal. Group 2 in the middle, you have this citrine. And group 3 here on the right, you have this amethyst. So if you are ready, you can skip ahead to your reading. The timestamps are in the description box. So yeah, if you know what group that you're feeling drawn to for your future predictions for the rest of 2021, then skip ahead to your reading. If you need some more time, then you may want to hit pause now and just take a moment to, meditate on the cards to see which one you want. Okay guys, let us begin. Okay, if you chose group 1, let us get your cards on the table. So group 1, you chose this beautiful rose quartz crystal. I already feel like the rest of 2021 is going to be a very empowering time for you. But let's see what we get. So we're going to start with the fortune cards. We have butterfly. We have September, we have catfish, you've got the power, making a choice, and we also have flexible. Okay, I'm going to do these first and then we will get your tarot cards out as well. So yeah, 2021 seems to be a year of transformation for you guys. You may be Virgo or Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus as well, because we have the September card. But this could also be saying that September is going to be the month for you. September is going to be a time where you feel like you are stepping into a new chapter. Perhaps that is when there is a big choice to make. Clearly, this year is a year of personal growth, and you may have been pushed through some emotional depths this year. But overall, I feel the rest of this year is going to be lucky. I'm hearing, is it Kylie Minogue, that song, like Lucky, Lucky, Lucky? I really feel that this is a very fortuitous second half of the year, basically. You have already kind of stepped into this new version of yourself. Group 1, I feel like you guys were kind of struggling with a life transition, maybe over the last couple of years. This could have been building up for quite some time, but the first half of this year, you really did seem to kind of step into your own. You found your power, you found your voice for a lot of you. I'm sure a lot of you cleared some blocks around your throat chakra, started to express yourselves very clearly. So, yeah, you've already done a lot of the change and transformation, and now it's about you making an empowered decision so that you can choose which path to take. There is a big crossroads coming up. And it is important that you remain flexible. So the rest of this year, it might be there's lots of changes, lots of decisions for you to make. And whenever we are faced with a lot of decisions, it's really important we remain open-minded, because an open mind is going to help us navigate these choices and changes. Whereas if you have a very rigid approach, you might find it a little bit difficult. So let's see what the tarot cards say. Queen of Cups, Ace of Discs, 10 of Wands, we have the Tower, and we also have the 5 of Swords. Okay, group 1, I really do feel Queen of Cups is basically you stepping into your power, really being confident, lots of self-love here. I feel that you guys have kind of mastered yourselves. You started to understand your own needs. You're no longer overgiving to other people. Group 1, you have basically called back your power, and you're using it for your greater good. Now, there's going to be some decisions to make around your environment. I feel a lot of you are choosing to move, choosing to relocate. September's going to be a good month for that as well. So there's basically a lot of changes around your environment, whether this is your home or a workplace. It's just like you need to think about what you want next. Not just like next as in the next couple of months. I feel like this is the next couple of years we're looking at. The decisions you make for the rest of 2021 are going to impact maybe the next decade of your life. This feels like really big decisions. You're planting the seeds for the future here. With the Tower, there's definitely so much change for you guys. You're kind of removing this old foundation and choosing to like lay a new one. There's been conflicts in your life, there's been stress, there's been arguments with people. I feel a lot of tension over the last kind of, maybe the first half of this year, but perhaps even the last couple of years, there's just been like one battle after another. I feel this exhaustion from you, like where you've just been through so much. The challenges have been really intense. It's been a couple of years of struggle here, I'm not going to lie, Group 1, but the good news is that struggle is coming to an end. This is the year where your luck changes. This is the year where, things start to pick up for you. I'm sure a lot of you have been kind of knocking on a closed door. So you've maybe been trying to move out of this cycle, out of this kind of period of discomfort or uncertainty for quite some time, but there was clearly some lessons for you to learn. Which is why you were unable to move forwards before, but you're going to find some of these doors which were once closed are now going to start to open up. I strongly believe in sometimes it's just not the right time. It seems like that's what's been happening here. It's just not been the right time for some things in your life. So what you were trying to achieve before and felt blocked or stuck, perhaps those opportunities are going to come back round here, because I do feel you've now found this power to go after your dreams. You're now ready to move forwards, whereas before perhaps you didn't have the tools. So whatever challenges you've been going through over the last few months or even years, it's given you the tools, it's equipped you with those tools so that you can move forwards and open these new doors. I do feel a lot of quite rapid changes in the second half of this year, so some very big changes. Things which perhaps have been a little bit circular here, so perhaps you felt stuck in a cycle. You're going to see that you're going to be breaking out of these cycles very soon. So Group 1, your predictions are more about you, your environment, the seeds that you are going to plant, what you are manifesting here, decisions coming up. I actually feel that you guys are completely in control over these next steps in your life. Whatever you say goes. That's literally what I'm being told. Spirit's like, look, whatever you say, that's what goes here. So, you might find that you set the intention for something and it literally happens very, very quickly because you're in a balanced and empowered state. You are aligned with what you're asking for. So, you're going to realize things start to happen very fast for you. I see so much emotional fulfillment for you around your environment in the second half of this year. So whatever changes are taking place in that space, it's going to be really good for you. It's going to make you very fulfilled. It's going to be a fresh start. I'm sure a lot of you, perhaps you've been questioning, is the grass really greener on the other side? And this is a big fat yes. You're going to basically realize that what lies over the bridge on the other side, that is what you want. You've been stuck in a very uncomfortable situation. And I do feel that this is job or home related. I don't actually pick up on any relationships here. So that's not saying there's not going to be relationships. I just don't feel they're significant. As in, they're not kind of the focus of this year. The focus of this year is about you, your personal growth, you making empowered decisions about what you want next. I don't know why, but I feel like since you guys were children, other people have made decisions for you. So you've never really been able to make those decisions for yourself, and that's what changes. The second half of this year, you're basically like, do you know what? I am going to choose my destiny. I am going to choose my path here. I kind of feel that you're leaving something behind. So obviously, you know, old work or home, but I can't help but feel that you're leaving a person behind or some people behind. Perhaps you're having a complete like makeover of your life, maybe like new friends. You just seem to be leaving like some connections behind, but these connections, maybe they've been with you since you were a child, but like you're realizing, okay, it's time for me to move on. Also, guys, you're gonna have to excuse my hair. It is so humid, and this heat is it's hot. I feel like I'm melting here. So yeah, I feel like you're leaving some kind of old connections behind, but there's some better connections lying ahead. You guys have been maybe struggling to find your soul tribe, and it's because you had to go through this transformation first. As you go through your transformation, you are now attracting other people who are aligned with you, who are on the same path, people who are, you know, a similar state of mind, a similar kind of, just in some similar place to you, like people who get you. So I feel that this year is honestly really good for you because you've changed, and it's like at last your environment changes to match the new version of you. You've been in a very uncomfortable place where you kind of outgrew your environment or relationships, you know, your work, but you felt unable to move forwards, and it's because you were just kind of solidifying this transition. But now that that's happened, look, things are going to start moving. You are leaving behind this old foundation and choosing a new one. The Five of Swords is saying that, you know, you've been through a lot of battles, but for the rest of this year, you're going to realize, do you know what, all that has been preparing me. It's been preparing me for what lies ahead. So you're definitely leaving some stuff behind. But you're only leaving behind stuff which has been a burden with this Ten of Wands. The rest of this year, you are choosing to let go of those responsibilities, those dead weights, things which have been too hard for you. And I kind of see you packing your bags and just choosing like a new job, a new home, new friends, like just a new life. Basically, like you are getting your stuff together, the things which matter to you, and you're moving on with your life, leaving all the shit behind which you've been going through for, I feel, a couple of years here. You know, I honestly sense with Group 1, you guys have been struggling for quite some time. Even if it's not been a really hard struggle, like it's felt uncomfortable, you know, you haven't really been resonating with what you've been doing. So basically, what's coming up ahead, I feel at the center of this reading, we have making a choice. So you actually get to choose the direction for the rest of this year. You're going to face quite a few choices, not just one, but what you choose, you then have the power and the mental capacity and the physical ability to do it. You know, all these cards are indicating that you're ready for change. You are ready for like a new pond. You've outgrown your pond. You know, you are ready to kind of explore something bigger, something better here. And as you do that, you're going to find so much emotional fulfillment and material success as well. I think some of you might be starting your own business. If you're not moving work, it feels like you're planting seeds for your own idea to come to fruition, kind of like starting your own business off the ground. And yeah, you do have the power to do that. So some of you may be choosing to be self-employed, choosing like a more flexible approach to life, something which gives you better management of your time and just gives you that flexibility in life. Like, I love being self-employed. It's the best thing I've ever done. And I really feel a lot of you, especially with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Discs, and even the Tower, I feel a very big life experience where you choose to, you know, give it a shot, like try it out, you know, test the water a little bit with whatever idea you've had, and you do have the power to do this. So something big is happening in your career sector for sure, but I also feel house moves and new friends as well. So group 1, firstly, I just want to say, before I finish your group, you know, the struggles you've been going through, I do see them coming to an end, but you're going to have to make the empowered choices for you. We kind of stay stuck in cycles until we learn our lessons. Group 1, you've learnt your lessons, so please get off the hamster wheel. You're ready for bigger and better, and it's what you deserve as well. So start to make those decisions for you, those decisions based off, you know, what you want and what your needs are. And as you do that, you're planting seeds for a really successful future and being given the year 2023. So you might find that seeds you plant for the rest of this year, 2023 is going to be a big, big year of harvest for you guys. So 2022 is going to be growing these seeds, and 2023 is big harvest time, especially around work, money, and business. So good luck, guys. Congratulations on your transformation. I can see that you've been working so hard on your personal growth, navigating these emotional depths. So yeah, congratulations. You're ready to come out of your cocoon and you've got your wings. So group 1, that is what I am seeing for your predictions for the rest of this year. Let me know in the comments what resonated, and I'll see you back here next week for our next pick a card. Hi group 2, welcome to your group. So as I mentioned in group 1, you're going to have to excuse my hair. It's just going to keep growing throughout this reading because it's so humid here. So yeah, group 2, let's get stuck in. You chose this gorgeous citrine crystal. So let's see what cards you get, group 2. I'm going to do the oracle cards first, and then we will do the tarot in a moment. We have bells, so we have an important announcement. We have the dream catcher. We have the mushroom here. So let me move that out of the way. We have perfect timing. We have rock bottom and higher power. Okay, group 2. Something has clearly kind of not gone to plan here. I feel like you were maybe caught in like a little bit of a fantasy, especially with this mushroom card. You know, perhaps you had been just like stuck in your head a lot. Maybe you'd been experiencing some kind of anxiety or depression as well, group 2. Because I honestly feel like I'm shown a mirror. And a mirror image, we think it's a true image, but it's not. It's always a mirror image, you know. So it's like it doesn't actually represent really what other people see. So there's something here where what you were seeing and what was actually going on wasn't connected. They were different, but you didn't realize that. So this could be that maybe you were just focusing on the worst case scenarios recently, group 2, and you found yourself caught in this anxious mindset, or maybe even suffering from bouts of depression here. So for the rest of this year, you are being guided to make sure that you filter your thoughts, and also to realize that sometimes what we see or what we think is going on isn't the truth, especially with this higher power card. This card is really saying, look, there are higher forces at play here. So what is going to happen, it may not always make sense. You may not always see it going on, but there's things happening behind the scenes, which with these cards, I feel are really positive. Perfect timing and the bells card is like saying, an announcement you've been waiting for is going to happen. You know, maybe you felt like you weren't moving forwards. Maybe you've been waiting for some good news. We have some good news coming. I do feel like this is about love. So group 2, I'm picking up straight away that some of you have maybe been stuck a little bit in an unclear romantic situation, but there's been things happening behind the scenes. And you are protected as well. So maybe if you've been experiencing a separation, or perhaps just you were like struggling to, you know, move forwards with your love life, Spirit wants you to know that a lot of this was happening to protect you. So if someone's been distant from you, it was to protect you from being hurt. With these cards, I really do feel like, you know, you're being guided towards trusting in divine timing. We do have some kind of changes in love here. So the rest of this year, it feels like you're going to be experiencing some good news in love, maybe even a fresh start with someone. So let's see what these tarot cards say. Ace of Swords, there's our breakthrough. The Hermit, Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, and Nine of Wands. This is really good. So, even though you've maybe been stuck in your head a little bit about, all sorts of things, but in particular love and relationships, Spirit's saying, look, what you thought was happening, it wasn't as bad as it seemed. You may have felt like things were a complete disaster, like you hit rock bottom, but actually, there's a lot of blessings in this situation. Like I said, you are being protected from a situation which wasn't good for you at that moment. The person you were dealing with this Hermit card, I feel like they've not been here. They've been pretty absent. So maybe you're dealing with, you could be dealing with a Virgo, because Hermit is the Virgo card, but don't worry about signs. But, you clearly were dealing with a person who was very withdrawn, or maybe you were just feeling, withdrawn and like things weren't moving forwards. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time on your own. And when we go hermit mode, it's good to reflect. It's good to take that break from society and from the things going on in our lives. But we have to make sure that we still get out. We have to make sure we don't go full hermit mode, because then we start to get a little bit stuck in our heads and maybe get trapped in this cycle of deep reflection or like spiritual development, and perhaps forget about the 3D world that we live in, which also needs our focus. So, two aces, huge new beginnings. Your, predictions here for the rest of this year are basically lots of fresh starts, lots of movement. This Three of Wands is all about expansion. I honestly think someone's going to be coming in here to put a big smile on your face. This is someone who I feel you are already connected to. I just feel they've been very absent, very distant. You've been experiencing some kind of misfortune in love. I'm not going to lie, group 2. I just feel someone's been very hidden. Now, you may be completely single and wondering who this person is. This could very well be a new love as well with this Ace of Cups. It could be someone new coming in here, someone who has a very strong connection to nature. And I also feel this person has also been working on their spiritual growth. So whoever it is who is emerging from the shadows, this person is going to be excellent at communicating. So you're going to experience a big breakthrough in communication here. They're also going to be very romantic, but I do feel a little bit guarded over their heart. So this is someone who feels very deeply but may not always express the depth of their feelings. However, communication is going to be consistent. But yeah, they may just struggle to talk about some of the deeper feelings they have. That's okay. Give this person some time to open up, and they will. So I feel things kind of clearing up in your love life, especially a confusion. Maybe you've been a little bit confused about what was going on, questioning, is this going to last? Is this going to work? Am I going to meet someone? Stop focusing on those negatives. Stop focusing on separation, on worst case scenarios, because it's not good for you. It's not healthy. Spirit's saying, look, we have this important announcement and it's full of love. So we have commitments being made, maybe even engagements. You might very well find that someone is planning to propose to you when they feel the time is right. So it might not be this year, but it could be for some of you. But I definitely see this person planning their next step with you now that the time is right for it to happen. I know how frustrating it is when we feel like we want something so much, but it's just not happening in the time we want it to, especially when it comes to love. But there's a reason why all of this has happened the way it has. You are being guided to connect with your higher self and get back into alignment with this higher power, because as you do that, you feel confident in, filtering your thoughts. You trust spirit. You can stop maybe being so negative or getting caught in this illusion, and start to believe in magic again. Group 2, I feel the more you connect to your inner child, the more you trust in spirit, you're going to experience this big kind of opening up of opportunities. I can see a lot of you have been through some difficulties in love. This 9 of Wands is telling me you've had a lot of reason to be hurt. You know, things have definitely not been easy here. And, you know, it's kind of understandable why you feel maybe anxious or hesitant. But 3 of Wands, look, we do have this journey. We have this momentum. I feel that a lot of you are going to be attracting like a divine masculine energy here, because this triangle, it just reminds me of a divine masculine triangle. So you can be receptive, you can be open to this kind of coming to you, but in order for that to happen, you do have to lower your guard. This 9 of Wands really is saying perhaps the big block right now is that you are very guarded, protecting your heart, which is, like I said, understandable because of what you've been through, but you do have to think about ways to kind of open up again. I kind of feel September time is going to be a month of new beginnings. You know, we've got 2 number 9s here, 2 aces. So the numbers 1 and 9 really do indicate new beginnings after some kind of ending. So the current cycle or situation you are in does seem to be closing out. If you feel like you've hit rock bottom, you're going to be finding that you get yourself back on your feet and things do start to improve. 2 1s here, honestly, huge breakthroughs and opportunities. Just make sure you're not closing yourself off too much. You need to come out of hermit mode. You need to you know, kind of reconnect with your environment and the world around you, because all of that is very grounding. The citrine stone as well, which I'm really drawn to here. I feel like you picked the citrine crystal because you need a little bit of uplifting. Citrine is a wonderful crystal to have if you guys are feeling low at the moment. You know, if you're maybe struggling with your negative thoughts and feelings, then citrine's like that. It's like that little pick-me-up. It kind of boosts your energy levels. It's also a good crystal for like abundance, but I really feel this is about happiness. I think group 2, you're being, you know, pushed to like release the past and let go of old hurt, because the rest of this year has lots of opportunities for love, but you have to be open to receive them. So group 2, if you can open your heart and put yourself out there, stop shutting yourself off from the world, then who knows what will happen. I do feel that is when there's going to be some announcements in your love life. So group 2, get yourself back to a place where you trust the path that you are on, where you trust your spirit guides are assisting you with this. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on what's not gone to plan, or, you know, those negative thoughts. Be positive, and trust that when the time is right, there's going to be something big which does happen in your love life. It's all about trusting the timing. Don't try to rush, but start believing that things are going to happen. Use affirmations like, I trust that things happen in divine timing. I am attracting my life partner. I am attracting the relationship for my highest good. You know, affirmations like that will definitely help shift your mindset to a more positive one. But yeah, open your heart, come out of the forest, come out of hermit mode, because that is where these new beginnings await. The more you move forwards, I feel the more opportunities you attract as well, especially in love. Okay, group 2, I hope you enjoyed this pick a card. Let me know in the comments what resonated, and I'll see you back here next week for our next pick a card. Okay, group 3, let us see what your predictions are for the rest of 2021. So you guys chose this gorgeous amethyst cluster. I'm going to do the oracle cards to begin with, and then the tarot once I've done those. We have the rainbow. We have insomnia, we have pizza. Oh, we're a bit wonky. There we go. We have pregnancy, talisman, no place like home. Okay. Straight up, guys, I want to say that pregnancy doesn't always mean an actual pregnancy, but it can do. Pregnancy is also about fertility. It's about birthing new ideas and creation. So do not worry if you picked this group and maybe you are not looking at getting pregnant or not in a situation where that could happen. It could be very well that you are basically facing lots of choices about things you want to bring to fruition. So group 3, let's have a look. With this rainbow card, it seems like you are experiencing a really strong connection to spirit for the rest of this year. That could be why you were drawn to the amethyst. Perhaps, you know, your connection to spirit is really kind of coming online. With the insomnia and the pizza, I just feel like you've got so many decisions about what you want to do, but it could very well be a little bit overwhelming. Maybe you don't know what choice to make, you know, because a pizza is about lots of choices. It's about that variety. And insomnia is like, it's literally keeping you up at night. So you may be worried about whether you're making the right choice or what choices to make. Perhaps it's just so much going on right now. I do feel that this pregnancy is either about you maybe getting pregnant or giving birth. But it's also, like I said, about what it is you're bringing to fruition, what you are creating next. With the talisman, you have some luck on your side whilst you do this. So things definitely feel very fortuitous for you guys. Group 3. I honestly feel this unity between you and another person. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a friend. I just feel this union, and it doesn't have like necessarily romantic vibes, but it could do. It's just like you and another person who are really balancing out and supporting each other's growth. With this no place like home, maybe you guys are looking at moving, but perhaps you're also just becoming more comfortable within yourselves. Group 3, I feel like you're making some very big changes here around what you want to achieve, or around what matters to you. Let's see, I want to get the tarot to continue. So we've got the Moon, Knight of Swords, Strength, 8 of Discs, and 4 of Discs. Group 3, predictions for 2021. Things are happening fast here with this Knight of Swords. I feel like this year's going to be over before you know it. With the Moon card, I'm just really drawn to this new path. And I kind of feel that you guys are, because the Moon is feminine as well. There's something about really embracing your feminine side for the rest of this year. Thinking about, like I said, what you are creating, what you want to give birth to. Maybe like thinking about family, loved ones, home. All these cards are really indicating lots of kind of opportunities for harvesting as well. The 4 of Discs is like you're going to be getting this windfall. I feel like a lot of you, after a time where perhaps money has felt a little bit tight, maybe you felt like, you know, you weren't really where you wanted to be, maybe you weren't doing what you wanted to do. All of a sudden, you have this opportunity to attract more money, and it all comes as a result of something you are creating. With the Moon in the picture, I feel a lot of you are maybe working through some kind of like fantasy or dream. Like you are basically bringing this to reality. I'm just showing you literally pulling the Moon towards you. So it's like these ideas that you've had, you're suddenly ready to make them happen. You're not waiting for things to happen for you. You're like going after them. I do feel a lot of restlessness for you this year, so you maybe want to be on the go quite a lot. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit sick of being at home. Maybe you want to get out and explore. Where the Knight of Swords is, there's definitely adventure. So group 3, you guys are seeking some kind of adventure. Whether this is like physical journey, like maybe like going after some kind of new adventure, like exploring new horizons, or for some of you this is more about you know, choosing new creative paths, thinking about things that you want to explore in more depth, passions, hobbies that you have, what your interests are. But yeah, you know, this year, if you can go after that, you might very well find that something here turns into a financial windfall, because this row is literally like a storyboard. The moon is you pulling your dreams closer, making them like happen in your real world. Because the Knight of Swords is like you're taking those steps to start this adventure. And with the Strength card, it's going to go even better than you imagined. You're going to find that you want to continue with this. Like maybe what you thought was like an impulse, or what you thought wasn't, you know, you weren't sure. It's like the Knight of Swords, you were experimenting with new ideas and visions. But with the Strength card, something you do or start this year, it's really going to be a success. Like, you're going to want to do this even more. And with the Eight of Discs, it's you working hard so that you can then harvest this opportunity. And with the Four of Discs, I feel this is where the money starts to flow. You know, you're going to be balancing your finances a lot more this year. So if you have been worried about money, I kind of feel an opportunity for more money is coming your way. But this is, like I said, something which starts out as a passion, which eventually turns up into like a little side hustle or something here. Luck is on your side with this talisman whilst you explore this new path. You may even find you do it with another person as well. It could be to do with like buying property development here with this No Place Like Home card. Because I kind of feel you've got a lot of choices, but there's something around homes and environments which you're going to be following through on. Now with the pizza card, you clearly have a lot of things which you could create this year. So, you know, there's more than one option, but I just sense that it's something you do with another person, something you do with a partner or a friend or a relative. You know, that is what's going to take off. So yeah, you may have lots of choices, but think about the one which is kind of working with another. Group 3, you seem to be kind of feeling like you just want to move on. I don't know, I feel like you're kind of anxious in your current situation. You feel very restless, like you just feel like you need to get out, you need to do something new. Maybe you're worried about whether the time is right to do this. Perhaps you've been, you know, maybe even worried about whether you'll have enough time to do all the things you want to do. It feels like with all the choices you have, maybe you just aren't sure, okay, am I going to get round to all of this? Am I going to be able to make this happen? And I really do feel like you will, Group 3. You're going to be making time for it. So yeah, explore these ideas you have. Group 3, obviously with this pregnancy card, you may very well find out that you or someone close to you is pregnant, expecting a little baby. This could be a friend as well, someone who's really close to you. But yeah, I just feel creation. Group 3, I literally just feel like creation. You know, the predictions for you this year is like you're going to be exploring new paths and just creating something which is honestly going to become a real asset. It's going to become like a new business or something. Or even if you start to explore this relationship, this connection which I'm picking up on, that could very well be something which you then don't want to let go of. With the Four of Discs, whatever adventure you embark upon for the rest of this year, it's going to be something that you hold very, very closely to you. It's going to be something that you don't want to let go of. So, yeah, there's some big success here, especially with this pizza card. I see you completing like a current journey, starting a new adventure, and this one will really bring about a lot of success, especially in your material world with this Eight of Discs. It's going to bring about opportunities for money, like what you work on is definitely going to provide some very solid results for you. you're ready to create, you're ready to give birth to this, you're ready to go after this idea. Yeah, and I honestly feel like because of the work you've done on yourself, you're really in your divine feminine power. You are currently very at home within yourself, and because of that, it means that you're grounded and you're empowered enough to just bring your ideas to life. But yeah, group 3, there could also be a pregnancy on the cards here, so that might very well be whilst you find yourself. That might very well be why you find yourself a little bit restless. So, yeah, either you or someone close to you is getting pregnant, or it could very well be that you're restless because you've got these ideas you're ready to give birth to. Okay, group 3, that is all I'm getting for you guys. Please let me know what resonated, and I'll see you back here next week for our next pick a card.